Namaste and welcome. My name is Kat and I'm looking forward to guide you through this Yin-Yang yoga practice, perfect for winding down after a busy day. This whole class is going to be slow and grounding. Starting with the Yang part, we will practice strengthening asanas and we'll hold each posture for about 5 breaths. Then moving on to the second half, the Yin practice, which is a lot softer and more feminine. And here we hold the poses for around 3 to 5 minutes each. This will give us time to soften and relax the body into the posture and then direct our awareness inwards. To begin, we come to wide-legged child's pose, bringing the knees as wide as the yoga mat. Big toes touching, and then resting the forehead on the ground. You can reach your hands forward or place them beside your legs, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Allowing your body to become heavy and sink into the ground. We feel the support of Mother Earth around us. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Drawing the breath in all the way down to the belly. Feeling it expand. And feeling it soften as you exhale. Taking this time to connect to your breath, to connect to your body and to the feeling of the ground. Arriving on your yoga mat, arriving within yourself for this practice. Feeling if there's any tension arising in parts of the body. And allowing it to be. Resting your awareness in the feeling of tension, pulling. Until it naturally softens and we find more ease. On your next inhalation, gently detach the forehead from the mat and walk your hands over to the right side, placing the left hand over the right, sinking the head back down as you exhale, feeling the stretch in your left side body, from the hand all the way to the shoulder and perhaps to the left hip. 3 more deep breaths. And last exhalation here. As you inhale, walking the hands back through center to the other side. Placing the right hand above the left. Exhale, relax the head down. Resting the awareness inside the body with whatever sensations are present right now. Perhaps you feel sensation in the hips or the inner thighs, or in the right shoulder, the right side body. Last exhalation. Inhale to walk the hands back to center. Exhale, relax the head down. We take 5 more breaths here. Allow each breath to be deeper and fuller than the one before. Nourishing each cell in the body, from the fingers all the way down to the toes. One more deep breath, deeper than all the ones you've taken all day. And exhale. Slowly lifting yourself out of the pose, coming to tabletop. The knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. The spine is long. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. And exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, arching the back. And exhale to round through, pulling the navel in towards the spine. Continuing by following the pattern of your own breath. Might be faster or slower than mine. Whatever feels right to you in this moment as we warm up the spine. Last inhale, coming to cat pose. And on the exhalation, returning to your neutral tabletop. Inhale to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, opening through the chest. We stay here for a moment, feeling the sensation in the right shoulder perhaps. One more deep in-breath. And exhale, thread the needle. Right hand goes underneath the left shoulder. Right ear to the ground. You can circle the left hand back, resting it either on your sacrum or hooking the fingers around the right thigh. Breathing into the opening of the right shoulder. Exhale, place the left hand underneath the shoulder. Inhale, press up, reaching the right fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale to release. Inhale, reach the left arm up, gaze follows. We open the left shoulder, the left side of the chest. One more inhalation. And exhale, thread the needle. Allowing the left ear to rest on the ground. And if you like, circling the right arm back. Exhale, place the right hand on the mat underneath the right shoulder. Inhale to lift. And exhale, release. Clawing through the fingers, through all four corners of the hands, tucking the toes under, we lift up to downward facing dog. Feet are hip-width apart. If it feels comfortable for you, you can root down through all four corners of the feet, pressing the heels into the mat. But if you feel that your spine is rounding, or there's tension in the shoulders along the lines of the back, I invite you to lift the heels and bend the knees. This will create a lot more space in the shoulders and for the spine to lengthen. And then over time, you can stretch out your calf muscles by taking your dog for a little walk, lengthening one leg at a time. Relaxing the head down, between the shoulders, gaze towards the thighs. And then for a moment, finding stillness in the pose, we take 3 deep breaths. Inhale, looking forward, we step the right foot between the hands, making sure the knee is bent no more than 90 degrees. Drop the left knee towards the floor. You can keep the toes tucked under or press the top of the foot into the mat. With a deep inhalation, we lift the torso and reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze to the fingers. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. This time, hooking the left elbow behind the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist to look up. Make sure you're not collapsing your body weight into this front leg, but keep yourself lifted, trying to expand to reach up. Three more breaths. Inhale, return to center, hands in front of the chest. And exhale, hands come to the mat. We tuck the toes of the left foot under and step the right foot back to downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, step the left foot forward between the fingers. And then drop the right knee to the ground. Make sure this left knee is bent 90 degrees and you're not overstepping. You can untuck the back toes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching the fingers up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Preparing for the twist, we hook the right elbow behind the left thigh. Inhale, focus on lengthening the spine. And exhale, twist to look up. 5 deep breaths here. Active hands pressing against each other. Lifting yourself higher. Soft, steady gaze. Inhale, return to center, hands, Namaste Mudra. Exhale, hands, frame the front foot, tuck the right toes under, and step back to downward facing dog. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Inhale, step the right foot forward, this time allowing it to land slightly outside the right hand. Reach the right arm up to the sky, gaze follows. 1 deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Allow the left knee to come to the floor. Untuck the toes. And if possible, lowering yourself down to the forearms. Coming to lizard pose. Keep pressing the ball of the big toe into the mat, not allowing the knee to fall too far away from the body. We stay here for 5 breaths, focusing not on how the body looks, but on how we feel in this posture. What sensations are present? Perhaps in the right hip we can feel some tension, or in the left hip towards the front, the hip flexor. Walking the hands back underneath the shoulders, tucking the left toes under and stepping the right foot back, coming to your downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here, relaxing the head, lengthening the spine. If needed, keeping a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, step the left foot forward, allowing it to land slightly outside the left hand. Reach the left arm up, opening the chest. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. Finding your personal edge in this pose, perhaps staying on the hands or lowering down to the forearms. Actively pressing the ball of the big toe into the mat. And you can feel how that deepens the sensations in the inner thigh. Breathing deeply. And then slowly replacing the hands on the mat, tucking the right toes under, lifting the knee, and stepping the left foot back, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. This is the last part of our yang practice. Before we move towards the yin part of this class. Last inhale. And exhale to drop the knees and lower yourself down to the belly. Resting in Sphinx pose, fingers spread wide on the mat, elbows underneath the shoulders. The legs are long, tops of the feet resting on the mat. We open the shoulders, gently rolling them back. Soft and steady gaze forward. Make sure you're not clenching the legs or the buttocks, but allowing them to relax, perhaps wiggling for a moment from side to side. Before coming back to stillness. So in Yin Yoga, unlike Hatha, Vinyasa, or other yoga styles, we want to allow the muscles to relax, to be fully soft, because this will allow us to go into the deeper tissues, the connective tissues, the fascia, that respond to static holds of a few minutes. Allowing us to release tension from deeper layers of the body. From Sphinx pose, we're going to move the right arm, placing the hands slightly outside the yoga mat. The elbow remains bent, but it's slightly higher than the shoulder now. And from here, we're going to move ourselves to lie on our right side. You can bend the knees, resting your forehead either on the mat, or if the sensation is too strong, you can rest it on a cushion perhaps. The left arm can be in front of you, or you can circle it around your back. Whatever feels most comfortable. We're going to stay here for around 5 minutes. Taking this first minute just to become comfortable in the posture. There's no need to push yourself to 100% over the edge, but instead staying where you can find comfort and relaxation. Taking a few deep breaths, softening whatever parts of the body feel tense. Staying present with the sensations in the body. Perhaps you feel a pulling in the right biceps, all the way to the right shoulder. We often tend to run away from sensations that we judge to be unpleasant. But today, let's use this practice to stay within the body, within this very moment. Two more minutes. Keep allowing the body to become soft. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here. Breathing into each and every part of the body. And then slowly easing your way out of this pose. Removing the cushion if you had one. And then resting the left ear on the ground, arms by your sides. Allowing the body to return to its neutral state. Wonderful. Then repeating the same posture on the left side. You bring the left hand slightly outside the mat, elbow bent above the shoulder. And then lying down on the left side. I have my microphone on this side, so I have to be a bit careful. I'm going to use the cushion to rest my hand. Whatever feels right for you. Knees bent. And then placing the right hand either in front of you or circling it around to the back of your body. Again, taking the first minute to relax into the pose, become comfortable. And then resting the awareness inside, we simply observe. We observe the sensations in the physical body, the mental and emotional body. Yin yoga is a great practice, not just to stretch and to become flexible, but to take some time to observe the nature of our mind. To find more peace and quiet. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And whenever the mind starts to wander, we gently bring it back to the breath, to the physical body. We stay for 2 more minutes. Resting in the stillness. Five more deep breaths. Breathing all the way down to the belly. And then slowly, mindfully, we make our way out of the pose. Removing whatever props you used. Allowing the body to rest in a neutral position. This time, facing towards the left side. Perhaps feeling some tingling in the left arm. As the blood can flow more freely again. And then slowly we make our way to a seated position. The soles of the feet touching. If you find that your spine is rounding or you just need some extra lift, you can sit up on a cushion. This will help you create some length in the spine and a natural tilt in the pelvis. So unlike other yoga styles where we try to bring the heels as close to the groin as possible, today we want to find some comfort. If you like, you can support your legs by placing some blocks or cushions underneath the knees, if you feel that the pulling in the inner thighs is too much. And then finding whatever position is best for you to go into a forward fold. The spine can round here, so perhaps one block will be enough for you to rest your forehead. Perhaps you want to use more, stacking 2 blocks on top of each other, allowing you to find a comfortable pose. The arms are soft, spine gently rounding. Again, just taking this first minute to become comfortable. And if at any point you feel like you can go deeper, you can always modify by taking away some props. And perhaps even resting the forehead on the ground. Deep breaths. With every exhalation, releasing tension, softening and surrendering to gravity, the pull of Mother Earth. In this pose, you might feel a pull in the inner thighs, along the hips, or even along the spine. Allow your awareness to rest in these sensations. Knowing that you're actively taking time for yourself, for your body, for your mind. Knowing that you're doing this for yourself, not anyone else. And that no matter how flexible you are, how deep you can go in this or other postures, that you're whole and you're perfect just as you are. And it's amazing you're taking this moment, this time to practice. If you find that your legs are pressing into the blocks, if you placed any underneath the knees, you might want to remove them. Or on the other hand, if you find that the pulling sensation in the inner thighs becomes too strong, you can replace the blocks. Staying here for one more minute. We take 5 deep breaths. Drawing fresh oxygen into the body to nourish the cells. And then on the exhalation, we release and soften. Letting go of stagnant energy, letting go of what's no longer serving us. And then slowly we begin to ease out of the pose, moving mindfully. Gently lifting the head, giving the body a moment to readjust. Feeling a rush of energy. Removing the cushion you were sitting on. Come to lie down on the back. The knees bent, feet resting on the mat. We come to a supported bridge pose. So choosing either 1 or 2 blocks, we place them underneath the sacrum, making sure you're not placing them underneath the lower back on the spine to not create too much compression. Resting the arms by your sides, palms facing up, taking up as much space as you need. The neck is long, the chin close to the chest. This is a beautiful restorative and healing posture, lengthening our hip flexors. Perfect if we spend a lot of time sitting behind the computer at work. And also a very nice, gentle back bend. We take this first minute to do whatever adjustments we need, perhaps removing a block if we feel it's too much. And then from the comfort, diving deeper, softening the muscles, going into the layers of the connective tissues. These tissues are holding everything in the body together. But unlike muscles, they don't respond so much to fast, repetitive movement. And so over time, they can lose their elasticity and become more stiff. When we practice these longer holds in Yin Yoga, we allow the tension to release in the fascia. and for them to become softer again, more elastic, more flexible. We take 5 more breaths. Feeling the belly rise and feeling it fall as we exhale. Soft and subtle movement in the body, even as we rest in stillness. Then removing one of the blocks until there's only one left. This will help you get that tilt as we move into happy baby posture. Holding on to the outer edges of the feet. Bring the knees wide. Feeling the stretch perhaps at the outside of the hips or in the inner thighs. We stay here for a few minutes. Our last posture before we move into the final relaxation. Using this time to explore how the mind likes to react to sensations in the body. Is it trying to run away? Is it becoming distracted? Or can we rest in the sensation? Staying present and mindful of the body in this pose, feeling different sensations arising, disappearing. Perhaps you feel more tension now than you did as we entered this pose. Or perhaps you feel that a lot of tension has been released. There's no right, no wrong. Simply want to observe. Be mindful of the body. Slowly letting go of the feet, we hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Feeling the belly expand against the thighs on the in-breath. And feeling everything soften on the out-breath. Slowly release your feet to the ground and remove the last block. And then allowing the knees to fall from side to side. Releasing tension from the hips, the lumbar spine. And then lengthening the legs onto the mat. Coming into Savasana. If you like, you can rest your head on a cushion. Place a bolster underneath the knees. Closing down the eyes. We relax the body. Feeling the feet falling away from each other. Ankles are soft. The calves and thighs completely relaxed. The spine melting into the ground. The belly and the chest are soft. Shoulders heavy. We allow the arms to relax all the way into the fingertips. Not pressing the hands into the ground, but resting them softly, fingers gently curled up. Relaxing the neck and the facial muscles. Releasing tension from the jaw, the cheeks and the forehead. Allowing the eyelids to become heavier. Staying in Savasana for a few more minutes to fully relax the body, relax the mind. And I hope that you carry the sense of deep relaxation and ease throughout your day. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today.